Yes, sir. So Mr. Marcus Semien is now gone to the Mets from the Rangers, as well as Sonny Gray moving along from the Cardinals up to the Boston Red Sox. But hey, guess what? He still gets to keep that red on. Hallelujah. And then you got guys like Tatsuya Imai saying, Dodgers who? I'll go and I would like to dethrone them, please. Thank you very much. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the league. And to cap it all off, we have one overachieving Mookie Betts who just will not accept good for good and great for great. He got to learn a new skill every other day and just has to throw it in our face. Okay, mister, I can host a show. I can bowl a perfect 300. I can switch from outfield to infield. And now I can play the guitar. Just go sit down somewhere, Mookie. That's why you ended up with the flu this year. I'm just playing. We love you, homeboy. But let's go ahead and get this kicked off, man. This is On the Black, covering baseball just like chocolate. Let's go ahead and do it with that flavor, baby.
Thorn.
So check it out. Marcus Semien is on the move, I suppose you could say. Just now coming from the Rangers. Now, I got the homie, the gambler, in the house to chat with me on this subject, and I gotta ask you straight up, man. Listen, I see that now that Semien is now going over to the Mets. Now, you in the tri-state area, I'm sure you're getting a lot of onslaught of media with regard to this, but I do know that this is Marcus Semien of the recent Rangers years. This isn't, the golden years of Marcus when he was with the Blue Jays and when they was, the World Series Rangers, and he's been falling off. And you sent me a message and was like, yo, this is a big deal. Why?
Yeah, for one, baseball, certain type of sport, I wouldn't say he fell off. I would say that there's been some rough years at the Rangers since they won their, unexpected world championship. Teams like that don't really continue to build up the franchise after they steal a championship, their first championship ever. Like, they're good for the next 20 years, as my man Rob Parker was telling me yesterday. But, Semien had a down year, but the absence of Corey Seager a lot during them times, a lot of injuries, definitely not the same team that came together to do something special in 2023. So, I think it's a huge move for the Mets because oftentimes veteran players, 35 years old, they need it coming off a Gold Glove. Let's not forget, people are saying he's down. People tend to forget that baseball is two sides of the ball. And if you're deteriorating in skill, then and still at a Gold Glove level, then I say I take my chances with him that he'll come back and have a better year than last year. Still popped 15 homers, had 60 RBI, definitely was down in batting average. And production, but so were the Rangers. Like, they haven't been relevant since that 2023 season when they put everything in the middle, threw all the cards in the middle, gave Seager that big bag, gave Semien $175 million to try and win a World Series, and they did capture it. That's something that most teams don't do when they put, especially smaller market teams that put all their money to the middle of the table to form what at the time was the best infield in baseball. And now, he's had a couple of down years. He's 35 years old. He's not the prime Semien that set the single season record of 45 home runs for second baseman while with Toronto, and then moved on, to get the deal. And that 1 year show me deal, and then moved on to do great things with the Rangers and bring them a historic world championship. I spoke to Marcus Semien's dad, Damien, friend of MLB Bro. I spoke to him. That did happen. I posted it on our MLBBro.com sites. The text exchange that I had with him. We cool like that. So I said, congratulations on the move. And I think he replied something like, surprised as fuck, but fuck it. Let's go Mets.
So it sounds like he feeling like me, like, and this is no diss because Marcus Semien obviously one of our Black Americans in baseball. We got to show that light on him. But I'm also kind of like this for some strange reason, bro. You please talk me off this mountain, but it feels like Nimmo was a better. More recently, has been more of a stat contributor for the Mets. And I feel like the Semien thing.
That's not what this trade's about. What if the Mets won?
Oh, now that's not all right.
Okay.
All right.
If you haven't won anything,
you completely erased 2024 as if that didn't happen, right? Like we got this short-term memory. We can only remember the Mets with Juan Soto. But before,
when was the last time the Mets have been to the World Series?
Oh, okay, all right.
Which is the point, dog. We're not the Tigers, bro.
All right. You got.
We're not the Tigers, bro.
All right.
We talking about the Mets and the Yankees, right? We're talking about the Mets. I mean, right now, New York teams just have better expectations. Not that they're better franchises or anything they just have higher expectations. The Mets haven't been to the World Series since 2015, haven't won since '86. 2026 will be the 40th anniversary of the last time they won the World Series with Doc, Darryl, Gary Carter, Keith the Crew. 40 years, bro.
God,
okay. Right. So at this point,
put it like that. Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo is not a loss because you have to tweak your team, right? You're probably going to lose Alonso. There's more moves that have to be made. There's going to be more head scratching by Mets fans, right? As they look at the depleted roster as we enter training, bro. And they're like, "Where's the offense going to come from?" But that's why I'm saying you can hope that Marcus Semien has a comeback season, is totally capable on a better team with what I would call a better lineup, although I'm never that impressed with the Mets lineup. But also up the middle now, you've elevated, right? Put the bat aside. You have Lindor, and then you have a gold glove second baseman next to him now, who I'm expecting to hit at least 250 next year. He'll definitely, remember, he only played 127 games this year. 127 games, right? Mm-hmm. Only 2 times in the last 8 seasons have Marcus Semien played less than 159 games, right?
Okay. Wow.
The COVID season and last year. If you look at his stats, 159, 160, 160, 161, 162. And I double-checked this yesterday. He's known as the Iron Man.
Okay.
Right? So you can't poo-poo this trade. You bringing in a Gold Glove Iron Man who's due for a bounce-back season. He's a middle infield second baseman. So he's gonna match outfield production, offensive production next year of 90% of the second baseman in the league. When it's all said and done.
Is this Scott? Is this Steve Cohen's version of resetting the defense and preparing the Mets team more for run prevention as opposed to going for the offense? Do they feel like it's time to look at the Juan Soto deal in the rearview mirror and get the team around him set to keep the team from having so many runs scored against them? Like, we all look back at the way that they just barely missed the playoffs against the Marlins at the end of the year. And you're looking at it like, well, why? Well, it's because they couldn't stop them from scoring, right? You know what I'm saying? Juan Soto was still putting up numbers, but they couldn't stop him. Are they saying we will take a little bit of a dip on defense? All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Are we saying that is this a trade-off for offensive stats for defensive for more of a defensive a stronger defensive outfield or infield and outfield?
Well, the infield's definitely stronger, and more importantly than that, the Mets don't feel they're that far away. It's hard to talk about with baseball one move that's going to make a difference because you don't know. But what you do know is you're bringing in a world champion, right? So now you have Soto, you have Semien, you have 2 World Series leaders, right? Mm-hmm. Winners leading your team. You have Semien, who's a veteran. He already says he loves the passion, the energy on the Mets, the youth. He knows how to command the locker room. He's a locker room leader. This is a cultural. People miss stuff. Brandon Nimmo doesn't bring you the championship pedigree, the Gold Glove pedigree, the silver slugging pedigree year after year after year, the experience, the World Series experience that my Marcus Semien brings you. He's played shortstop. They won a Gold Glove, I believe, or been a finalist. Now he's won a Gold Glove as a second baseman. He's what you call a baseball player. He's what you call a type of veteran that you need if you're going to take that next step. And now you have to just hope that you can get you're covering the last 3 years, $72 million of that $175 million deal. So the Mets are going to take that. So you get them at about 20 something million a year, which is a great bargain, especially like I said, if he can rebound. Remember, y'all throwing out numbers. He played 40 games less than he usually does. So I take that 15 home runs. I put him on the Mets. I go back to the 150-something games that he's going to play in his career. Now we're looking at a 20 home run, 80 RBI, 250 hitter. And they're like, oh, my God, Marcus Semien did so much for us.
All right, but JR, why did he play so many games less?
Oh, yeah, I heard. He was injured.
How is that going to change this year? How's that? Because
he doesn't have a history of being injured. He's played, you know why? Because he's played more games than any other player in baseball prior to last season over those 5 seasons. He played 160 games, 159 games or more, 6 out of 8 seasons. No one that is even comparing with that in Major League Baseball. Last year he was hurt and his team stunk. There was no reason for him, and he was in a funk on top of that. There was no reason. He limited himself to 127 games. To me, that's an anomaly. That's not a real Marcus Semien season. Just because he's older doesn't mean he's going to be hurt again next year. But knowing the Mets' luck, he might be.
Well, I hope that, first of all, I love the move because it just makes the Mets a little bit more melanated, you know what I'm saying, which I'm never going to be upset about. But also, since it is a trade, this doesn't necessarily mess with the payroll so that they can still go out and get the pitcher that I feel that they need. I think that by releasing Montas, it's a sign that they understand how trash I shouldn't say trash. Let me not say trash. That's going too hard. How disappointing, I'll say, the rotation has been for the last season. And I'm really interested to see what the pitching upgrades are going to be in the future. For right now, Semien's cool, so we'll go ahead and we'll take that as an upgrade. Speaking of pitching, another trade that's out there right now that just happened.
Hold on, dog. The Mets need to go ahead and get Hunter Green from the Reds.
Oh, come on, man. That's not happening, man.
And bring him. What you mean it's not happening? You act like the Reds is a serious organization.
But Hunter Green is
go on there and give him some prospects. Go on, give him George Lombard. Go ahead, give him Lombard, give him a couple other dudes. Let's get Hunter Green where he need to be, brother. Before, you know what I mean?
I would love.
I don't know how many years that arm got in it, but
that'd be dope.
He can't waste any more of it. Yo, we can't waste any more of these great pitches in that god awful division. Okay?
Yo, hold up. This is my division. Yo, calm down.
We can't do this anymore. I know.
And three of those teams went to the playoffs last year. So
can I tell you something about your division? Your division is only your team. No one cares. The only team that gets the ultimate respect. First of all, I believe they're third all time in World Series. Second all time in World Series victory. So the only team that gets respect in that division, trust me, especially from New York fans, they don't never disrespect the Cardinals. The only thing I didn't like was the handling of Jordan Walker, and I'm never going to let them live that down.
I know you said that before, and I know we've talked about that, and I think that Jordan's going to have a breakout year this next year, especially if he does what he needs to do in winter ball and stops chasing those sliders. It's the same pitch every time, but he got real good at it these last football few
you need to talk to Judge.
I watched the games when we're down like 3-2, and then Jordan's up, and I'm like, oh, here he comes, and then they throw the ball a foot outside, and I'm like, why are you swinging at this? Like, but anyway, I'm sorry. But the Brewers and the Cubs, as of late, I believe, have taken substantial steps to make themselves so much better with regard to their lineups. We
always love the lovable Cubbies. We always love the lovable Cubbies.
I don't know if I love them as much, but
they never do nothing. But we love the lovable Cubbies.
But this whole thing,
Wrigley Field, the Vines, the history.
I like
RJ Dawson winning the MVP on the last place team. Like we love the Cubbies.
Yeah,
Ernie Banks, let's play 2, never made the playoffs. Like.
Yeah, Ernie Banks slugging
in like 20 seasons.
one of my favorite memories from, even though I didn't see this live, but is Andre Dawson getting hit in the face and then rushing the mound with the bloody nose, and oh yeah, that's crazy. But I just think that right now the Reds are not giving up their ace. Hunter is their ace. Like he's not like Nadolo. He's not like just a dude who's. I mean, I don't want to say Nadolo's just a dude, but Hunter, they spent so much time rehabilitating him, and even though he didn't necessarily do that well in his playoff run this last season, that's their money. That's their Sonny. He is their Garrett Cole.
Look how it breaks down. Look how it breaks down. Not sure the contract. They gave him a little something, right, to hold him, and while he's injured and not putting in big time innings, he can't really command the contract that I think he deserves. But you have Chase Burns here, right? Yeah, they're supposed to be the incredible, 1-2. You gave Chase Burns a bag at a weight, right? A bag. So they're supposed to be the incredible 1-2 punch. Now we know this is the Cincinnati Reds. So you only have, Vince, 3 years to see what them guys could do together before somebody's gonna be out of there, right? Like if Chase Burns is as advertised, you might be able to let an injury-prone Hunter Green walk out the door before you got to pony up $200 million for a dude that can't make 30 starts.
Hunter Green's still in his 20s. You're gonna let that walk out the door? Like I don't know, man. That's one of the like him, Ellie are like two of the only. It depends on what I'm getting. Pay for tickets in Cincinnati.
Look, I pay for healthy players and players that can stay healthy. I know Hunter Green probably hate me every time I mention this because he's an incredible player.
You got
and when he's on, and when he can avoid those nagging injuries, he's lights out.
You're right.
Still hasn't had like a winning record or anything because Cincinnati Reds remain among the worst offensive teams in baseball, and it doesn't look like they're doing much to change that. Ellie De La Cruz is not alone going to change that for you. You need about a couple more. You need about a couple Joey Vottos, right? A Joe Morgan, maybe.
Nah. They need one
Davis,
and they won't get one, but they need a Kyle Schwarber type guy. They need a 30 to 40 homer at bat person. They don't have that. They tried to let my man
Will Benson. They thought Will Benson would develop into a
out there, but Benson kept going up and down. They tried to let Reese Hines come up and do his thing. Yeah, that wasn't happening that well. Just wasn't.
It started well.
They need a guarantee.
Actually,
you know who would do well
like
in
4
Cincinnati,
homers, right?
Well, yeah. You know who would do well? Believe it or not, Pete Alonso would be a perfect fit for Cincinnati. Unfortunately, so if they were,
would be a perfect fit for any team needing a power back. Or first baseman. But you were discussing so Nimmo. So yeah, Semien, Marcus Semien is going to make a difference for a Mets team if they're competitive and if they figure out how, if Alonso going to go, is going to stay. Like, no, you can't really be comfortable going into the offseason, not even knowing if your first baseman is going to be there, your best power hitter is going to be there, and the team not really talking about like the Mets. It's like a circus show over there sometime for me. But there's no reason to keep talking about Juan Soto, right? Because you have Soto. So you're good there. Let's get the other team right. Like you said, bring in some pitches or whatever. But Vince.
What up?
I got my son here.
What up? What up, man?
JC the little legend.
I see you got mom's good looks.
Yeah, he did.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir. He's tight about the Sonny Gray trade because he feels like the Yankees should have made a move on him. Is that it?
Not even on him. Just the Yankees need to do something in general. I mean, the Yankees, we have so many flaws and holes in our team, and for such a weak American league, it just makes things more difficult that people in our division are getting better and we're not. So,
well, you do know that Sonny Gray has played for the Yankees already, right? Yes, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just Sonny Gray's proven himself that he's still a valuable pitcher in this league, and the Red Sox didn't give up too much to get him. And yes, he's aging, but he could be that difference in a 3-game, 5-game series where they get that extra win and beat us out for a playoff spot or whatever. So, that's just a difficult thing we have to deal with.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, actually. I think that actually is a decent. I think what you're saying is the Yankees need pitching. And I'm gonna tell you, what's your name again, young man? I'm sorry.
JC.
Vince, pleasure. It says right here. But I don't think that the Yankees need Sonny Gray. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that the Yankees need a stronger bullpen. Their starters are going to be revitalized next year, right? They're going to have Cam Schlittler, who came out toward the latter half of the year, who throws 99, 100, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to have Garrett Cole back, who's everybody fears, with the exception of Raffy Devers, right? In major leagues. And then they're going to have your boy. I don't know how you feel about Rodon, but he was much better in 25 than he was in 24. I believe.
You forgot Freed.
Very good.
And you still got Max Fried. So you got a solid 4-pack, bro, for your starting lineup.
More than solid.
But your bullpen. Dreamweaver ain't what he was in 2024. I don't even think Devin Williams, regardless of, and that's my boy. He from St. Louis, so shout out to my dog St. Louis. Devin Williams. I don't think Devin stays. I think that market is too big for him. I think to go from 1 year where you lose the playoffs for your team by getting a home run hit from Pete Alonso, and then have to walk away. Now you go to New York, and now they booing you every time you go in. And they change you from a closer to a 7th inning guy. I think he needs to go to a small market. I think he needs to go, to. Frankly, I hate to say it, but I would see him in St. Louis. I think now was a good time to get him for a cheap.
Vince, when Devin Williams punched the wall a week before the playoffs, remember a couple years ago when the Brewers definitely had the squad to go places that year because they had relief. They had him and was it Hader?
Yeah, Josh Hader. I think it was
doing 8 and 9. They were insane, and then they had the 7th inning guy. As well. They were insane. He punches his hand. This is 2021, I think. Breaks his hand. I knew he wasn't wrapped too tight. And shout out, D-Will is my man. Because all these guys, I'm going to see them, all the weekend. They like, man, you straight shooter, bro. We glad you ain't in the locker room every day. I was like, I know. they always tell me, they like, nah, we fuck with you, but I'm from Queens.
100.
I tell it like it is. I let Vince smooth it out for you and put the icing in.
All right. Well, let me say this. All right. I think that your heart's in the right place, right, young man? We need you. Maybe you could need pitching, but I just think that we gotta if you could name for me 4 of your bullpen right now, you probably can't. You know what I'm saying? Because they entered.
He can.
We have 6 people on the bullpen in the roster on the bullpen right now, so it's not.
Yeah, 6. I'm thinking you got Weaver, you got Leader, right? Mark Jr.
I don't think we have Leader anymore.
Is Leader gone? Leader did Leader go away?
I think we non-tendered him. We don't have him back.
Oh snap! It is non-tender season. Well, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. The Yankees can do better than Sonny Gray. I'm sorry. I'm a Cardinal fan. We have suffered a great loss with this trade, but we're in reconstruction period. But I think Sonny has already shown that he freezes in those lights, bro. Because playing for the Yankees ain't like playing for anybody else. Not even the Mets. Not even the Mets.
Zach Greinke,
they have the highest set of expectations for their team.
They do. And Zach Greinke will tell you that because he never wanted to touch a big market team. In his prime, they tried to throw all type of money at Zach Greinke. He was like, no, thank you. I already have anxiety, which he did. He had severe anxiety on the mound. Yeah. He's like, I'm not coming. I don't care how much money you offer me. I might go Midwest at most. But this is the thing. But remember about the Yankees. We keep talking about pitching.
Okay.
Just to sum that, listen up. The Yankees are in great shape, pitching-wise. And we can talk about bullpen. Name me one bullpen that's solid come playoff time in the last decade. The Dodgers have showed you we're not even going to worry about bullpen. Bullpens blow games in the playoffs. That's all they do. They don't win them.
Hard disagree. Gross
Okay.
misrepresentation because
That's
they
what I
literally
think.
went out last year. They went out and got Tanner Scott. They went out and got Kirby Yates. It wasn't their fault that it turned out the way it did, but they was
No,
worried
what I'm
about that
saying is,
bullpen.
no, Vince, what I'm saying is the Dodgers have showed you now how to avoid having to use your third tier pitcher, because that's what relievers are. They were starters who couldn't make it,
Failed pitch.
and they don't have the gall or the balls to close. So they middle relievers. Ain't no Hall of Fame middle relievers, bro. Let me put it like that. Okay?
Wow.
So yeah.
Ouch.
So the Dodgers are saying, look, we load up on starters, right? The Dodgers are playing for the World Series from the first day. Everybody else, so are the Yankees. There's only like 3 or 4 teams doing that, right?
True.
Boston is setting up for the World Series. Like the bullshit Boston era is over, right? They had like 4 years of, okay, we're gonna regroup, but they spend money and they're ready. They're the farm team loaded. They're probably a pitcher or two away, but they showed you last year we're coming. This year they'll probably reach the 90 win mark. Christian Campbell will be a year more developed and ready, right, to do his thing. They got players out there in Boston, so they might need another bat, but they're coming too. So I think the Yankees just need to get their starters healthy and have a excess of starting pitching that you can use as spot start throughout the year. Like the Dodgers turned a great starter into their closer, and then they turned a great starter who's very versatile and durable into an anytime we need you guy, like Chapman was back in the World Series, and how the Dodgers used Clayton Kershaw when it worked a couple times. Anytime we need you guys. The Yankees just need like a couple of anytime we need you starters. So I can understand why he said, why let Sonny. Huh?
Was it Weaver a starter at first?
At first he was, yeah. But he never came here as a starter. He never came to the Yankees as a starter.
He didn't come there as a starter. Okay.
He was bullpen.
All right.
Anything you want to add to that? What I was saying?
Yeah, man. Please, man. Don't let him feel like he got all the knowledge.
Nah,
I mean, the Yankees have
he's on it.
Good amount of starting pitchers on their roster now. I think we're doing well as of the bulking up on starters aspect. I mean, we have Clark Schmidt, we got Luis Gill, Fried and Cole, Rodon. I mean, we have some dogs.
We ready to go in the playoffs with those.
We just re-signed Ryan Yarbrough, so even if we need just an inning or two, he's a lefty that we could just get us something. So, we have a bunch of guys, and he's been really good this year, just filling in for all the injuries that we had earlier in the season, with Clark Schmidt going out for the season, with Luis Gill coming back late, and then Cole going down. So, I'm confident with the Yankees pitching.
He's that guy.
I want to ask you more about, because I need your help understanding this Boston trade, JR. Because I'm flabbergasted. I don't fucking get it. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't get it. I understand why you would want to trade him, but I don't understand the financial aspect of it. But before I ask you that, I gotta know, bro, what's your feelings on Marcus Stroman? Did y'all? I felt like Marcus was given a bad rap, but then they tried to give him a chance, and he didn't pull up. He didn't. So he found himself halfway through the year on the DFA bench. And did you think that was justified, or did you think that Marcus, maybe was dealt a bad hand?
Well, I defended Marcus Stroman the first season because the Yankees said, we're bringing Stroman in to help us in the playoffs. That was the main reason why you brought him in, right? It was really to help you in the playoffs. You said he's a big-time pitcher. He said he's looking forward to pitching in the postseason at home. He's from Long Island. And get the first World Series champ of his career. He pitched well at the beginning of the season in the absence of our best pitchers. Remember? Don't forget that part. Yeah. He was like 4-2. He was pitching very well. And who was out? Cole was out?
No, this was last season. That was last season.
Right. Who was out at the time? At the beginning of the year. That's why they asked Stroman to make the start. Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah, it was Cole. Because Cole. It was Cole.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Right. Exactly. So there you go. So he does. So he carries us. And then remember, he's an older arm. The Dodgers know how to hide their veterans' weaknesses very well. Everybody's just not dominant. It's that they know when to use them, when not to use them. Dave Roberts is very on point with the beyond the metrics, right? Stuff. So
Right.
it started off bad with Marcus in the beginning when the Yankees asked him to make a start. Was it in Japan? Not on his regular time frame, right? He wanted to
Yeah.
start the first game in Yankee Stadium, but they didn't have a starter because Cole was hurt. So, but he said no. That ruffled feathers off the bat. Gave prima donna, right? But we know how Stroman is. He's like a Jedi, very technical. Everything has to be very specific. He a throwback anal kind of pitcher.
Yeah.
Superstitious, right? In those ways. So yeah. So then he pitches bad. They bench him. I would think you would prepare him for a clutch start in the World Series. And this is where I argue with a lot of people online. They kept showing me his stats during the last month of the season and how bad they were.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but it makes me think that they don't really understand baseball, bro.
Right,
Because you bought Marcus Stroman. He's a certain type of veteran pitcher. He's a guy that most likely will step up for you in a playoff game. He's most likely been saving a lot of that juice in that dead arm for the playoffs. Then, same as the Phillies did when they brought in Taijuan Walker.
Oh, he did well.
You say, we bring you in to help us win, and then we're going to take you out the equation completely and not even put you on a playoff roster. And that's when I defended Stroman because he should have had a chance to pitch. Now, that was their first season. I thought they were wrong. The
First
second
season, yes. I agree with you on that one.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you talk the talk, but you did not walk the walk. He didn't. He knows he didn't. He won't make excuses.
Yeah.
Right? So his career was coming
and he made it worse for himself by proclaiming he was a starter and basically saying,
I will not come out the pen.
I'm not going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? And
he did the Allen Iverson. He did the Allen Iverson. I ain't coming off the bench.
I mean, if I think that and to Booney's credit, I think he gave him an opportunity to maintain that, that proclamation. He was like, all right, bro, you a starter. Go ahead, man, go start. But he can't make it past the third or fourth inning. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Like, so.
Talk on that.
But in 2024, there was no reason, in my opinion, for him to not have been at least on that playoff roster. He should have got at least one inning, bro.
I argued with him about that.
Like, I was angry. I was so hot. I was like, why is this dude not even getting the chance to fail?
When everybody else was failing. And as a veteran pitcher, I think he could have gave you one of them 6 inning, 2. Like, you got to realize the moment. Sometimes you just got to understand what the moment is. And you got to understand what type of player you have. And you got to understand Marcus Stroman is the type of guy that would have left his arm out there on that mound in the playoffs for you. But you didn't. But he felt he's a very sensitive and prideful guy as well. And he felt you didn't respect his gangster. And then I don't think he came into that next season with the heart. Because if a team I don't care how old you are, how much money they're paying you. If a team don't believe in you, why should you believe in yourself for them?
That's real. He didn't even show up to spring training until like I think a week after it started or something like that.
He was butthurt.
Yeah, he was
Philly lucky Taijuan Walker showed up.
Yeah, it was crazy. But all right, well,
that's even worse. He leaves you 2 years ago, right? Again, the next season, yes, he bombed, but you bring him in, he leads your team and wins. Cole Hamel hurt half the year, right? I believe, wasn't he?
No,
who was hurt? Who was the Philly starter at the time?
It was Ranger Suarez.
That was their best starter. No, I'm talking about when he first signed.
Nola, Wheeler.
Aaron Nola. Okay, Nola was hurt or somebody, whatever. Taijuan had to step up. He led the team in wins.
Yeah, he was good.
He led the team in wins, and then you tell the team leader in wins, you're not good enough to be on our playoff roster. That's why they don't have no World Series. Good. I hate the Philly. Good for them. They played themselves with that one.
Well, we definitely got to talk about. We got to come back and have a whole conversation about the Phillies.
You can have your money ball team, old man Harper team, all you want.
Yo, I don't think Harper wants to be there no more either. But let me get this part out because we were talking about the Sonny Gray trade, and this is what I really got to understand. And I need your help because you know a lot of front office stuff. JR. And so maybe you can help me with this. I get the Sonny Gray trade for the Cardinals in terms of them wanting to get rid of payroll. Clear
they're not
the payroll, right? And make room for more. Possibly keep something in reserve. So if you happen to find yourself in October with about 80 wins, you can go out there. Oh, excuse me, before the trade line of the following year, you find yourself with a fairly winning record. You can go out there and get you a bat, whatever it is. But here's the part I don't understand. They traded Sonny away. I thought that the point was to get rid of the payroll. Listen to this article that was written by a guy named Connor Ryan yesterday, which is titled Sonny Gray trade grades. What experts are saying about Red Sox move for all-star pitcher. I'm gonna skip down to the second paragraph. It says actually it says down here in the fourth paragraph that where did it go? Oh man, dang. I was trying to find the exact, there's an actual, they put the there it is. Okay. The Red Sox actually they traded Sonny Gray, and in addition to the trade that they got, they did get 2 pitchers for him, right? But they also are paying $20 million of Sonny Gray's salary. The Cardinals are in this trade, and that to me doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that.
Are you sitting are you at Sonny Gray's home? Are you sitting in the office thinking about why they're making these trades? Like y'all talking about, don't make it. Maybe Sonny Gray said, okay, what is he, 38 at this point? 37? I'm 38 years old. You guys aren't going anywhere. I'd like to play somewhere before I retire where I can win. It doesn't seem too far-fetched. I don't think it has anything to do with the Cardinals. Of course they want to keep Sonny Gray. They don't have any, right? Tink Hence isn't walking through that door as the new version of Bob Gibson yet.
Yeah, he had a bad year in the minors this year.
He's taking 2 steps back now. So you thought he was coming. Now you're like, you thought Jordan Walker was coming. Now you're like, right? Like the Cardinals, they invested in a lot of brothers who ain't coming through right now.
Well, I think that the biggest 2 that they're finally getting rid of him. Victor Scott, this is gonna be his year. This is the year of Victor Scott, Mason Wynn, and Jordan Walker. I believe that. I'm gonna need to see if you're gonna hit like Jazz Chisholm, then you're gonna have to hit some home runs. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like Mason Wynn. If you're gonna have a Jazz Chisholm batting average, you can't have 5 homers, 10, 9 homers, right? True.
I need better. I need better from Mason Wynn.
Got his first Gold Glove, so
I need a CJ Abrams leap offensively. A little. No, well, that's hard. That's hard. CJ Abrams, big time offensive player. Well, I need a little more than what Mason Wynn is showing me. 260-ish, 70. Back in '94, that was good for my shortstop. Right? I'm gonna have to move you to second base. If you can't give me no better production, I can get somebody up in here that can hit, that want to play short. I'm gonna have to do an A-Rod on you.
No. Mason Wynn is a proven shortstop. He's got.
No, he's a Gold Glover.
Yeah, he's got his first Gold Glove this year.
Did he win this
so
year?
he ain't want to. Hey, thanks. So I don't know if he's leaving or not, but yeah, I just want to just let me read this to make sure I didn't misread. So, Gray, it says even if Boston isn't exactly on the hook for Gray's entire contract, Boston is still closing in on the first threshold of a competitive balance tax after taking on over $20 million of Gray's deal. So I may have misquoted that, or maybe I read it wrong, but evidently they did not end up paying that $20 million. So I think I just read that wrong. But anyway, good luck to you up there, Sonny. Sonny did go on record and say, listen, I want to win. And here's what you're getting. Let me just speak to the folks real quick. Let me just speak to you, Boston, and let me tell y'all what y'all got out of Sonny Gray. What you're gonna love with this dude is how dedicated he is. What you're gonna love with this dude is how when he does pitch, he comes to pitch and he has no. Well, listen, he may not be a perfect, bat. He's not going to give you 100. 16. Yeah, he's 16. He was with the Twins. It was
A's, Twins,
Yankees. The Yankees. I think it's short stint with the Dodgers.
He started with the A's, right? He started in Oakland, didn't he?
Yeah, he was A's guy. But what you're gonna love is how he tucks his shirt in, his jersey in after he strikes somebody out. How he doesn't look at anybody when he's on the mound. How he will adjust. What you're gonna have to watch out for is the first inning. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can get him through the first inning, you probably got him through the 5th or 6th. But if he has a bad first inning, don't sit there and try to let him make it up because it doesn't tend to get better, unfortunately. When we
Boston
had
stacking arms.
And he
you
is up.
got to stack arms, bro. Dodgers showed you how to do it. They showed you the new formula.
The Dodgers have all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees, where they don't have a payroll to worry about.
People always make that excuse, but I don't know. I don't know. Like when it's time to spend, they spend.
Yeah, because they got
There's
all that
other teams that can surely spend that amount for a couple of years if they really wanted to. But when you're doing doing your overview, when you're looking at the money and the metrics and the things for the year, you're saying to yourself, do we have a legitimate chance to win? Baseball teams are different. Football teams sometimes do take chances. Baseball teams already know before the year starts. What's our true goal? Is it wild card? Right? Because for teams other than the Yankees, the Dodgers, all of that's good. That's why people have totally separate conversations for the Yankees than they do for any other team in baseball. I listen to these Yankee fans crying about, oh, the juice is gone. The magic's gone. The Yankees are just a nothing team. Then I say, well, who's your team? And how many times did they make the playoffs in the last 20 years? Because the Yankees make the playoffs every single season. And if you have any knowledge of baseball, you know that's almost goddamn impossible to do. You know what I mean? So goddamn it, we acting like a 15-year drought. 6 World Championships in baseball is a long time. Boston had an 86-year drought. Fathers, mothers, grandmothers, dads came and died. They lived long lives and still never, dude. They came and died, and the teams never won. You had men 100 years old crying when the Cubs won after 108 years. And you mad because the Yankees didn't win since 2009? They better get the Jamaica funk out my face. Okay?
All right. Yo, man. I love it. All right, check it out. So, speaking of pitching, stay there. Oh, man, I'm so glad you got back up. Check this out real quick. Check this out. So, there's a new pitcher on the market, and he actually hasn't even hit here yet. He's not on any team, but he's already claiming he will not go or doesn't want to go to the Dodgers. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Tatsuya Imai. My man said something on media the other day that I think got some folks thinking, and maybe have ruffled a few feathers.
I like it.
I personally love it, and I think we need more of this, if I'm being frank. So he basically says, I don't want that's the wrong one. I don't want to pitch for the Yankees. I don't want to go to the Dodgers. Well, he didn't say I didn't want to. He said, I respect all them dudes. That's all cool. That's cute. But I think would it be a better feat as opposed to just me wanting to play for the Dodgers that tend to get all of the popular players from Japan? I want to take them down. You know what I'm saying? And I think that made some people be like, oh, okay, you mean you can do that? I love it. Some folks was like, well, maybe he's just saying that because the Yankees didn't take him. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? There's 29 other teams in the league that are like, yeah, man, we also want to take down the Dodgers. So he just made himself extremely marketable. But I think that there's a few teams that would benefit greater from having him on their roster, especially the teams that consider themselves rivals of the Dodgers. Personally, what first comes to mind is the Padres for me. Now, some folks are like the Giants. What do you think is going to be the ultimate landing place or best landing place for our Tatsuya Imai?
No clue, because it's like 6 of these guys out of Japan right now that everybody's like, go here, go there. This is what's more important than where he's gonna land. I like the teams that you discussed because they always, I guess they always have to be on the West Coast for some reason. I don't know.
Well, that's
I don't
the Asian thing, right?
You know, I don't know because they used to play in New York. All the Japanese players used to be on the Yankees or the Mets. So I don't know.
Right.
Back in the day, you know. So whatever. I mean, that's just where it's at right now. This is what I love. This is the age of punk teaming, right? From NBA to Major League Baseball, everybody want to team up, right? Team up and dominate. Team up and make it easy for themselves, right? Back in the days, there were guys on the Yankees that would die before you traded them to the Red Sox. They'd retire first, right? There's guys that played on the Cardinals that would never accept a trade to the Cubs. Never. Now, it's like, oh, people love to front run. It's just the nature of social media. They front run. They have no respect anymore for the underdog. Because the way we think in this society, as shown by our leaders, because attitude reflects leadership, as they said, and remember that as Wood Harris said in Return of the Titans, attitude reflects leadership, right? So I love that line. I love that line,
no
bro.
Mountain high.
Oh man. So hey, I like this dude. Whoever he is, I'll buy his jersey. I ain't getting an Ohtani jersey. I'm not getting a Yamamoto jersey. The other 4 Japanese guys we spoke about last week, whose names don't roll off my tongue right now, but I know them well. The two pitchers, the big time home run hitter that hit 270-something home runs in Japan, blah, blah, the last couple of years. Those guys, yeah, they all want to go to LA, to the Dodgers and team and have a big, I guess a Japanese fraternity, in LA. But I like this guy. He like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why am I going to follow the footsteps of Ohtani, Yamamoto? Right. And he like, and eventually the Dodgers gonna run out of cash.
Yep.
After they sign them other 2 Japanese dudes, I ain't gonna be no money left for me. So I think it's 2-pronged with him. He like, no, I'm not taking shorts. I know I'm gonna have to take shorts with the Dodgers. And 2, he's like, no, I don't even like those dudes. See, people don't realize. Yeah, keep it real. Keep it real. I don't like them dudes. F those guys. They get all the publicity in Japan. Everywhere I go, fucking Okinawa, this place, Hong Kong. It's pictures of Ohtani. And this guy, right? He like, yo, I want my own spot where I could be the man. I ain't following after 4 other Japanese players, one of which my fame will never equal. So I think it's all personal. He like, I'm going to do my own thing. Now we need an enemy for Ohtani, right? We need a Japanese pitcher that's going to face Ohtani in the World Series, in the playoffs, with people cheering for both sides now. That expands the audience, brother. That don't hurt it. Why you want all the Japanese players on one team? That don't help baseball at all. But you got the one rogue Japanese dude, he going in there, he like, yo, he take down Ohtani. Then he take down the other guy. Then he take down the other Japanese guy, because by then the Dodgers going to have like Japs hitting 3, 6, 5, 7 in the lineup, right? My Japanese brothers.
They only got
Japanese brothers.
The Dodgers got one Japanese dude that's a position. He's not even a position player. Like all the Japanese players are pitchers.
They coming. And they all want to sign it, and they all want to sign with the Dodgers. Dodgers gonna have 1 through 6 former Japanese, former Nippon Baseball League All-Stars.
No, it's not MPB. All right, look, I think all right, just kind of close this part out.
Yeah.
In terms of places that would be a great fit for my boy Imai,
I don't know a lot about him.
I think I put the Padres on that list, especially because Yu Darvish is going to be out for a year with his surgery. I put San Francisco on that list, especially because, hey, I mean, they just about to lose Justin Verlander. That's $15 million that they have available to sign at least a pitcher for 1 year if they wanted to. But I'm sure this dude probably can get multiple years. And then I put the Yankees on that. And I know the Yankees, we just talked about how they don't necessarily need a pitcher right now.
Well, that would be great.
If there's any team out there that wants to beat the Dodgers right now,
right, you got to stack arms.
It's the Yankees. And maybe the Blue Jays. You could argue the Blue Jays, but
they're done.
The Blue Jays are going to be losing Scherzer this year.
They had their shot. Arizona, Texas, Toronto. This is not a run. It's a 1-year deal. Let's be honest. It's a one-shot. Right. It's a one-stop shop.
Okay.
You blow that 18-inning game. You lost the World Series. See you in another 10.
Wow.
The Yankees ain't having it.
No
Boston's
way.
back. Boston's back. The Yankees ain't having it.
Wow. You got it. That's
People,
the hell of a hot
people,
take, man.
people get too hyped off one baseball season.
So
Toronto's
we
done.
can say that about the Yankees. We can say that
Toronto's
about the Yankees.
done. Toronto's done.
Oh, you wilded.
Toronto
Okay.
will not win the division next season.
Wow.
They will lose that division to the Yankees by at least five games. I think they'll finish third in the division next year. Third. That's my prediction. Behind the Yankees and Boston.
Over the Boston Red Sox.
They coming. The playtime is over.
Anthony stays healthy.
Playtime's over for Boston. They played for half a decade. They won nothing. They played around for the last 5 years, trying to figure shit out. Shred cap since Mookie. I should say since the Mookie trade. They've been effing around and messing around and humping around, jumping around like Bobby Brown. So,
I think Boston needs one more year. I still think that.
Yeah. This season
right now. Not 2026. They're still. This is still a lineup that is based on the productivity of Roman Anthony. It's questionable whether or not Bregman's going to be even on their team, and if he is on the team, is he productive or not? I suspect Nolan Arenado is also being pushed in the area of those Red Sox, and I'm gonna tell you right now, as great as he is at third base, he is not going to give you no offensive stats. I love him to death, but his time is done. I don't know. I think the Red Sox weasel their way into maybe the ALCS, but I don't see them getting to the World Series next year.
Nah. But ALCS would be tremendous coming through the toughest division in baseball because I think the AL East is better than the NL West.
Yeah.
People say I think the AL East will bust the NL West down top to bottom. Remember, Baltimore won almost 100 games 2 seasons ago. I know that's a completely different team, but
yeah.
The other people been getting a chance, right? When Baltimore won their first division in like 1,000 years, and then Toronto won their first division in 1,000 years, right? It's usually Yankees, Boston, Tampa. Yankees, Boston, Tampa. Now, don't forget, Tampa's back, and Tampa is going to be playing a nice little scrappy game with ill dudes like Chandler Simpson, and Tampa play a different type of ball. So they actually had a down year this year. They're usually good for pencil them in for 88, 90 wins, a wild card and an exit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when they playing in a minor league stadium,
they'll be back.
They had to play at George Steinbrenner. You know, it's not fair for them. That nobody was expecting them. And then and to their credit, they still almost had a winning season.
They got ballers.
They
and a great system. So
a little different. They already got rid of Pete Fairbanks. Simpson is a high ticket price. I think that he doesn't stay there for too much longer. Their big asset is Junior Caminero. He is the star of that team, especially after Randy Rosarena went to the Mariners. And he's young as hell. Dude's like 21, 22, and he had like
44 bombs. He went crazy. But you got to watch dudes that go crazy last few months of the season too. I got to see where he went absolute nuts when nothing was on the line. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead. We didn't win a little further than expected, but I want to go ahead and start wrapping this up. And I want to wrap it up on something a little lighter than usual. So we've already gone over Boston. We've gone over Sonny Gray, Marcus Semien. We've also talked about Brandon Nimmo and restructuring the Yankees. But what I think is really important, what the folks really want to talk about, is those winning Dodgers, specifically one Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts has been a star, but last year he did go through a little bit, right, when he ended up contracting the Mookie flu before he went over to Japan for that game versus the Cubs. Ended up losing like 20 pounds when he already was only like 175 pounds, and that's all fine, that's all dandy. But the thing that I don't want to call this an issue, but the thing that I'm a little like about is Mookie Betts is making us all look very bad. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Mookie, I'm just going to tell you, bro, it's nice that you are an overachiever. It's so dope that you're so good at things, but do you have to shove it in our face? Like, is that really necessary? Let's just keep it real. Okay, so we see that you can really play good on your from right field, and then you move over to shortstop and start making a bunch of plays, even though it costs you offensively. Okay, big boop boop boop. All right, cool. We also see that you can bowl 300 at a baseball game. I mean, on a bowling game.
In your sleep.
We see that you can host the MLB awards with Roy Wood Jr., even though you did threaten to take his job afterwards, which I got problems with you about that.
Yeah,
but
that was messed up.
Now we got to deal with you also playing guitar in addition to podcasting and doing it well. I don't even know if that was well or not, but it did happen.
Yeah,
and
I gotta say, sometimes,
yeah,
like I like where you're going with this, but sometimes we get a little we overrate our celebrities and a little bit too with some things that they do. There's a lot. I know some talented people out here, and you know them 3 strings on the guitar remind me of when Lil Wayne. I went to a Lil Wayne concert, and he talking about. I just picked. This was years ago. He talking about. I just picked up a guitar last week, and Lil Wayne came out there. I'm telling you, Lil Wayne Weezy came out there, and this was in the prime of his Purple Soda days. You know what I'm saying? Weezy come out there. Come on, I just picked up the guitar yesterday. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play last. I'm gonna play last time. Yeah. To be loved. What's that song he has? That slow song?
Prom queen. It's never enough. Oh no, this ain't paradise.
He hit like 3 strings. He started over like 4 times. He hit like 3 chords. He was like, bung, bung, bung. Hold on a minute. Hold on. He adjusted his seat. Hold up a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, he played like 4 chords, and then he was like, fuck it. Everybody started cheering. I'm like, where he play the guitar now?
Yo,
so,
come on.
I like Mookie shit, but I'm gonna have to hear more on the guitar. Bowling wise, yeah, dude. There's proof out there that you throwing 300 games than my Aunt Merle. And my Aunt Merle, she used to be in Lilac City all through the bowling tournaments. She had like a 220 average. Aunt Merle, he looked like he could take Aunt Merle, bro. Aunt Merle got a picture up on the local bowling alley. They used to be on Jamaica Avenue called Prosoc Lanes because she had 300 games. Mookie does that every week. Those are 100. Those are 300 games. But I don't know if I'm buying the guitar because the guitar and the piano is the best way to front like you know something. you know, yo, teach me 5 chords. I could be a rap producer forever.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe you should go to the Mookie School of Rock.
You teach somebody 5 piano chords, they'll be producing platinum albums. Okay, you teach them 6 guitar chords. They looking like Twisted Sister.
I'm saying, hey, look. I'm saying, don't get me started.
Oh, you nice with it.
All right, maybe not
you
now.
Actually probably can play though. You actually probably can play. You're one of those multi-talented guys that you try to defer and call Mookie. But sometimes
you do.
Fuck all that. Sometimes we have to stop talking about them and talk about us. Because I don't know Mookie personally, although I've spoken to him and he would acknowledge me if he saw me. But
nice.
Vince Taylor. See, I was about to call you like you one of Jackson 5. That's how ill you are. I was about to call you the 6 Jackson brother. 6 Jackson.
I am not Jermaine. I'm not Tito. I'm none of them, man.
But Vince Taylor is one of the most talented guys I know.
Oh, man.
Thanks. And he could give Mookie a run as far as vast amounts of talents. We can't help it that he make $500 million off one talent that he had.
Yeah, yeah. And
that's called maximizing your talents.
Yeah, and I got to give him credit. Like Mookie, and we can talk about this another day because we're going to wrap this up. But Mookie strikes me as somebody who does. And when I hear him in his interviews, he strikes me as somebody who does baseball because he's good at it, but not because he loves it. You know what I'm saying? Like he sounds like he really wish he could have been an NBA player, but he was just too short. But he was like, you know what? Forget it. I guess I'm good at baseball, and he ends up being real good. So when somebody's so good that they're haphazardly still able
running
to
into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then like just switching positions and then even on an off year still being vital, catching the last out for the World Series. I mean, yeah, man, you got to go ahead and give that man his props. So go ahead,
Sure.
Mookie. I ain't hating on your homeboy. You did your
Mookie
thing,
Betts,
man. And we ain't learn all the guitar.
Mookie Betts, the 2024, MLB Bro Player of the Year.
Hey, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, we
Yeah, I
learning
think
stuff here.
I think he won it in 2020. And he won it in 2024. Judge won in 23, 25. I think Semien won in 21 for his record-breaking 45-year home, and that's the year MLBBro.com started, Joe. I got a breeze, Vince.
Nice. Yeah, man. I got to head on up out of here too, man. Listen, appreciate you pulling up as always. Hold on 1 second. I'll ask you something real quick on the way out. But thank you to each and every last one of y'all who tuned in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe to MLBBro.com on Instagram, as well as on the Black Book Baseball. We're just trying to do a little something here for the melanated folk that love basketball. We will see you on the next go-round. Deuce. Oh, damn.
Right. You funny. You said the melanated folk